What's going on, Folker Doodle Diddlies? It's Joe Passion Unchained. So go ahead and subscribe if you like this and haven't yet. But I'm going to give you some value. Let me get a chair. So today, I'm going to talk about my name, Passion Unchained, and why I call it Passion Unchained, because there's meaning in that. Passion's cool. Passion's awesome. Passion is like happiness. Happiness isn't something you get directly. If you get happiness directly without the roots and root causes of happiness, it's not sustainable. What I mean by that is if you are unhappy and sad because of things in your life that aren't the way they seem, and you become happy without changing any of those things, then it is a surface level happiness that won't stick around. Or you will have to keep putting energy into deluding yourself that everything's fine. So don't make yourself happy if things aren't going well. If you notice that you're just looking at the things. So a lot of times people talk about affirmations and focusing on gratitude, which is 100% important. And all of that works because you're usually, in today's world, for a lot of people, there's a ton of things going right and a few things going wrong, but we have a negative bias, right? We're talking about happiness now, not passion yet. And we have a negative bias, right? So negative bias means that we blow negative events out of proportion. And that makes sense evolutionarily because if you're in the woods and you're gathering a bunch of fruits and berries, and maybe you killed a rabbit and you're bringing it back to your tribe, all things are going well, great, right? Everything's going well. And then you see something that looks like a tiger in the bushes. A person who doesn't blow that potentially negative event out of proportion is going to get killed by the tiger. Now, maybe only 1 out of 10 times it's a tiger, but that 1 out of 10 times, maybe that's every single day. So that's in like 2 weeks, you're dead. If you don't notice that and put it as utmost importance, that negative event, put it as utmost importance. Now in everyday world, that negative event is things like, oh, am I going to make rent on time? Oh, am I going to get in a crash in my car on the highway? And those things are somewhat in our control. They're not 100% in our control, like on the highway, like you have other drivers, etc. But they're not as, like, death is delayed in modern society. There is still, a worry of death, but there's a buffer. There's a long buffer of time. We don't have that immediate, in most places, in most situations, almost every situation, we don't have that immediate life or death situation anymore. We have a buffer. We have like, okay, I can see that in a few weeks it's going to be hard for me to pay rent, so I need to pay rent. And even if you don't pay rent, even if you are evicted, worst case scenario, it's still a long buffer before you die, and you probably won't get there. You probably maybe you live at a friend's place for a few weeks, or if you don't have any friends, maybe you'd even go homeless, or you live in your car. Maybe you lose your car. Maybe you go homeless. There's still food shelters. There's still soup kitchens. It's a long way between hardship and death in modern society, but we still feel like it's immediate. And that's the negative bias. That's why it's hard for a lot of people to be happy and to bring it back. That's why when you force yourself to focus on gratitude and the happy things, for a lot of people in modern society, that's all you need, because you already have enough going on in your life to focus on happy, and you're just blowing the negative out of proportion because that's what we had to do to survive as a species. Passion is similar in a way. It's similar to the conundrum of happiness in today's society. Passion, if you guys know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, on the bottom is physical safety. You have to have physical safety first. If you don't have physical safety, you're going to sacrifice everything to get it. And what that means is like food, shelter, water, etc. If you don't have any food, you're going, and you have love and fulfillment and community and all that jazz, you're going to sacrifice everything you can for food, and if you have to. I mean, obviously you don't want to sacrifice anything for food, but if you absolutely have to, you might steal from like your neighbor or something. I mean, you probably will never have to do that, but you'll sacrifice love for food if you have to, right? And then after food comes love and acceptance. You need love and acceptance. That's why people sacrifice community for love and acceptance. They create drama to get a feeling of attention, which is a stand-in for acceptance when you don't have any. Attention, good or bad, is a stand-in, however shitty, for acceptance when you don't have it. I actually was an attention fiend at one point in my life because I didn't know how to get acceptance. And that's pretty common, I would say, in people in general, is looking for attention rather than acceptance. But that's the next level, is how do you get love? How do you get appreciated? How do you feel like you're valued as a person? And that is extremely important. Above that, I might be fucking this up, in which case I apologize. Above that is community. And community means like I'm a part of a community. I'm a part of this tribe. I feel like I belong. It's a little bit higher than love. It's a sense of I'm giving and I'm getting. I have this relationship with the people around me. I feel connected with the people around me. Like for me, for instance, here in Austin, I'll go out and I'll see a couple people I know, and that makes me feel connected. I have a group of friends. We hang out somewhat on the regular. That makes me feel connected to a community. I'm part of a gym that has a great community. Squatch Fitness, shout out to Squatch Fitness, and I feel connected to them. I go there and I recognize people and we have conversations, and I hang out with people outside of the gym. That makes me feel connected to the community. All of these things work together to fill my needs. Above that, I don't remember the top of the triangle. The top of the triangle is self-actualization, but above that, I believe it has to do with like community service and giving back and legacy. And I don't recall the top of Maslow's hierarchy. But this ties into passion, and this is really good to understand about what passion is. Passion is not something you go for directly, just like happiness. And just like happiness, sometimes you focus on the things that are going wrong in your life, which hurt your ability to have passion. Passion is not the cause, it is the symptom. Passion, like happiness, is the symptom of having a good life. If you have a good life, you will be passionate. If you fill your needs in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and you have momentum towards your goals, momentum towards your goals feels amazing. That is what passion feels like. If you have clarity and momentum towards your goals, which is actually self-actualization right there, and then you have the rest of your pyramid filled, you fill your pyramid, you have passion. And that's why I like to call this passion unchained, because it's not like you're going directly for passion. You're unchaining your passion from the things that are holding it back, which is, are my needs met? Okay, if my needs aren't met, let me fill my needs so I can unchain the passion. In a way, it's kind of like the pharaoh buried deep into the pyramid. And by filling that pyramid, you unlock that pyramid and you unchain your passion. I hope this gave you some clarity on what passion is. That's something that took me a little bit to understand, and once I understood it, things clicked for me. And because there was a dichotomy, there was a conundrum that I had, a conundrum that I felt within me, deep within me, that I didn't understand. It's why does it feel good to focus on the problems in my life in order to solve them? But while I do affirmations and while I do gratitude, when I focus on affirmations and gratitude only and not really on the problems, like I feel unfulfilled. I feel fake. I feel like something's wrong. Why can't I just go directly for passion? Why can't I just go directly for happiness? And it doesn't totally work like that. It is important to do affirmations and focus on gratitude, but you have to unchain your passion first. You have to unchain your passion, unchain your happiness by solving the things that are holding it back. If you focus on the happiness and there's a layer of chains holding it down, you're not going to get very far. So I hope this gave you clarity. If it did, give it a like, give it a subscribe, and hit the bell and all that jazz, so you can see these videos minute one. As you know, I do this every single day. And to help me out and to help you out, to help me make you better content and all that jazz, there's a bunch of links to products in the description below, like this recorder and the camera and the lens that I'm using, the tripod, etc. Buy anything from Amazon using those links. I get a cut, and it helps me pour my heart and soul into this channel more and more. Hope you enjoy your day, and goodbye.